boy. Hey, howdy, partner. Yeah. Hey, guess what? Your people are out there. You interested? Look at them. They're out there. Well, as usual, he doesn't care, but I still do. Hey, everybody, it's Robert Earl out here at the Eco Ranch Sustainable Living Education Center in far, far west Texas. And this is going to be another vlog, but if you came here because of the title, Don't Run Over Snakes, I'm going to talk to you first because I don't want to lose you as an audience. You know, we are in the middle of the Chihuahuan Desert. It's one of the most remote places in the lower 48 states, and it is in fact a desert. Deserts mean rattlesnakes. Ooh, everybody hates rattlesnakes, right? You see one in the road, kill it, run it over, kill it before it grows. Well, to a small extent, that's kind of sort of true. But you know, like everything, a rattlesnake has its place in the ecosystem. All snakes do. But we've got two kinds of rattlesnakes out here. They've got a place in the ecosystem. They're territorial. So if you see a rattlesnake and you kill a rattlesnake, now all the rabbits and all the rodents in that area get a chance to start to grow back. In other words, there's a balance. And the same thing happens when there's baby rattlesnakes. A hawk will take them. In my case here with my poultry will kill any kind of a snake. They'll kill rattlesnakes, but they'll kill any snakes. The point is, if you take a rattlesnake out, or if you take 20 rattlesnakes out, that's 20 areas where the rodents and the rabbits are going to go nuts and grow for a while. And here's the thing, and this is the whole purpose behind this, because we're coming up on the chili cook-off where a whole bunch of rich white people get together and they travel all over the country in $500,000 RVs collecting points. And then they all meet here in Terlingua to see which rich white person makes the best chili. Meanwhile, Marie and Rosa are down here cooking over a campfire making the best chili you've ever tasted in your life. But the point is, 2,000 or 3,000 of these people come down here. And invariably, if they see a snake in the road, they swerve to be sure they kill that rattlesnake. I've lived here for 9 years. And my informal survey says that of the dead snakes I have seen on the road, 19 out of 20 are not rattlesnakes. They're red racers. They can be a king snake. They can be a Transpecus rat snake, which is an endangered species. Transpecus rat snake will look, if you're not real familiar with a rattlesnake, it'll look like a rattlesnake except it doesn't have any rattles. The thing is, do you want to run over every snake you see on the off chance, on the 1 in 20 chance that you kill a rattlesnake? You wouldn't put a gun to your head with a 1 in 20 chance of pulling the trigger. Don't run over any snakes anywhere, because your odds of that snake being a rattlesnake are very slim. And don't even stop and turn around and come back after it, because you're going to remove it from the ecosystem and somebody's going to have to deal with the rabbits. And rabbits are very destructive, as are the rodents. So that was what I wanted to say about snakes. Please, if you're a tourist, if you're a driver and you never gave it a thought, you just figured rattlesnakes are bad, they have a rattlesnake roundup, and blah, 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 blah. No. Rattlesnakes serve the environment. Now here is the one time, other than to protect your own life, the one time that you would want to kill a rattlesnake, and that's if you're like me, you own a ranch here. Remember, I said rattlesnakes are territorial. So if he comes here today, he'll come here tomorrow and the next day, and the odds of me or the dogs getting bit go way up. So I do have to kill a rattlesnake, or else drive 50 miles away and dump it somewhere, which I'm not going to handle a rattlesnake here, because it's 80 miles to the hospital. So that's the only time. Otherwise, guys, if you're driving anywhere in the southwestern United States, anywhere where there's snakes, timber rattlers on the southeast, you see a snake in the road, avoid it. Avoid it. Don't kill it, because you're going to mess up the ecosystem, and it's probably not the snake you want to kill anyway. That's it. And if you stop by here because of that, stick around. Maybe you'll learn something, and maybe you'll find somebody that you'd like to subscribe to. Maybe learn a little bit more about the Eco Ranch. And with that, I'm going to go right into the vlog for this week, which is today's the 12th, I believe, of October. So we'll go into the vlog right now. So this is going to be take 2. I lost take 1. I guess the battery died on me and I didn't catch it. But anyway, this will be take 2 on this segment. Now, this is the nursery. In the nursery are what we call the Fatsos. These are the Cornish crosses that I ordered as part of the research for the book that I'm writing. Just very briefly, the book was supposed to be about comparing these, which require that a hatchery has one breed over here and another breed over here, breed those two together to create these. In other words, they're feeding all these birds to create these birds, a much higher carbon footprint than what's called factory by-hatch, which are all the roosters that no one ever wants to buy. Everybody wants hens, and they just get killed. So I bought 300 roosters. That was part one. Raised them up for 12 weeks. Part two was to get a control group of these so I could do an accurate comparison. Now, that was supposed to be what the book was about, and it was supposed to lean towards showing you, oh yeah, buy the by-hatch. However, we were really stunned at the growth of these guys. We're at week 5 now. When I weighed them, it was week 5. They're only 5 weeks old. Stunned, absolutely stunned at the growth rate, to the point that I wrote to 2 professors of the head of the Department of Poultry Science at 2 universities and said, hey, I don't think after 20 years of doing this I'm feeding them wrong, but am I? They said, no, what you probably have gotten is one of the 2 new strains of Cornish cross that grows like crazy. Now, I'm purposely not telling you the weight because you're going to be shocked when I pick one of these guys up. But anyway, I'm not doing anything wrong. This growth rate is the growth rate. And these guys are being fed just a commercial feed, again for the test group. They all were a commercial feed that I'm only supplementing with sprouted millet. Sprouted millet is relatively inexpensive to sprout, and it's very easy to sprout. So let me snag one of these. On the first video I had 4 of them that I was going to splice together and show you, but we only really need to see one. Now remember, I'm holding them tight against my chest. I've got big shoulders, really big shoulders, and a 50-inch chest, and look at how he's eating up the whole front of me. Isn't that something? They all never have any feathers on their breast. That's because they're so fat they drag it around. This is a 5-week-old bird. This bird is already more than twice the size of the 12-week-old ones that I killed. The average weight, I weighed 4 of them. Look at that. You can tell when the bird's getting a little older because they'll do that. Anyway, the average weight, we weighed, I said 4, we weighed 6 of them. The average weight was 6 pounds, 2 ounces on a 5-week-old bird. They get around okay. You can't see me. They get around okay. They, nobody's flipped over and died. One flipped over and couldn't get herself righted, but luckily I turned her over and she's fine. No health problems whatsoever. They're just massive. So, like I said before, you know, watch this space. See what happens as we get up there, because I'm going to be weighing them again for another vlog, probably every week. Anyway, let's move on. Running a bit low on battery here. I'm going to have to charge it to finish the vlog. What I'm doing right here, this is a door frame. It's going to go up in the masonry on the greenhouse because Debbie asked me to finish the chicken coop so that they'd stop getting in the the hay barn and eating all the hay. So this is the door frame. You notice it was quite large. I started with a 48-inch frame. And then you take the 1.5 inches off for the 2x4, and then you're going to have to take take 3 inches off for the 2x4s, another 1.5 inches off for the 1x4, 1x6 that I put in here. So we're going to end up with about a 42, 43-inch door. I want that because I'm going to be carrying things in and out of the greenhouse, a lot of stuff. That's going up. I'll do a separate video on that. And I got one more thing I want to show you, but I'll do that after I charge the battery. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now can see. You have just witnessed the official retirement of 300K as an everyday vehicle. He's not dead, he's not going to the junk heap, and he's not for sale. He's going to haul heavy rock, cinder block, brick, Portland, and lots of feed. But only be started and run once a month, twice a month. Everything now falls to 200K, who gets the 32-year-old badge. And there we go. 200K now takes over the passenger car duties and the transportation, regular transportation duties, while 300K sticks around for the heavy lifting. Nothing really wrong with it, except it's down to about 16 miles to the gallon. This one gets 22, so we're going to drive this one. Still got to do a few things to it. The air conditioning needs charging. I have to get 4 tires for it. As soon as I get the tires, the next big project that I'm doing is we have had stuff in storage in Brantford, Florida for the last 9 years, and I've got to go and get that stuff. Brantford is right close to where Hurricane Michael went over. In fact, it was on the bad side of the hurricane. Probably got very little wind, but as the hurricane went over the top, it dumped all that water into the Okefenokee watershed, which is the Suwannee watershed, and we lived on the Suwannee River, and so the whole city of Brantford's on the Suwannee River. They'll flood, but hopefully our stuff won't, and if it doesn't, I'm going to drive up there, rent a U-Haul trailer, load everything up in this, and haul it back here. Then I'm done with Florida forever. Luckily, this thing will make it, and I want to thank everybody that helped. Either helped by either buying me gas on the trip or helped with the donation to pick them up. We've got a metal sign, a magnetic sign rather, for the side of the doors that say Eco Ranch Sustainable Living Education Center. We're going to get a couple for 300K too, and back to life as usual. So if you get a chance, come out here and visit. Join us if you want as on a work exchange basis. We're doing masonry for the rest of the winter. Going to work on the greenhouse at long last. We're going to get the greenhouse up, and then we'll get down to the business of teaching people about living sustainably, because if I can do it here in the desert, it can be done anywhere. So with that, I'll end the vlog, and I'll see you at the Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time until it changes, and it's Central Standard Time. But Tuesday, 7 p.m. for the live stream, and the next video, whatever we decide to make that. Until then, go out and make something happen. Walk the talk. It's Robert Earl out here at the Eco Ranch Sustainable Living Education Center saying, see you later.